right, everybody, we're back. My first guest is a war hero, United States Senator, and best-selling author. His latest book is called Why Courage Matters, The Way to a Braver Life. Please welcome Senator John McCain.
Glad to see you've got some Navy men here tonight.
Those guys are here every night.
Back
to ship, yeah. There's so much to talk to you about. There is, first of all, a lot of speculation lately, and a rumor, speculation, that you might be a vice presidential candidate with John Kerry, form kind of a bipartisan juggernaut. Any truth to that at all?
Look, I spent several years in a North Vietnamese prison camp, in the dark, fed with scraps. Do you think I want to do that all over again as Vice President of the United States?
Yeah, well, the job's a goal.
The Vice President has two duties.
Yeah.
One is to break a tie in case of a tie vote in the United States Senate comes breaks a tie.
Right.
The other is to inquire daily as to the health of the President. Neither one of those are very challenging as compared to being able to live for a good part of the time in the state of Arizona. I'm sorry you missed insulting Arizona. You've insulted a good part of America just in the last few minutes.
I even stuck a microphone up my nose. And so if there's anyone left in the country I haven't offended, I apologize.
We have a big drought in Arizona, as you know. There's so little water, the trees chase the dogs. It's really a very serious situation.
How's your stand-up career in the Poconos going? I'm just curious. Going well for you?
Take my wife, please.
She doesn't like that one. Let's talk about the president's. So you're saying there's no. I have to dispense with that. No truth to that. You're not even tempted.
Chance in Gila Bend, Arizona.
Okay. All right. Let's move on then. The president gave a speech the other night, talked about his 5-point plan for the transition of power in Iraq.
And about Abu Ghraib.
Well, this is the thing.
Abu Ghraib.
He said Abu Ghraib 3 times, and each time he pronounced it differently. Can you give us an insider's look on what's going on there? He said Yabba Dabba Doo, Abu Grabble.
3 different prisons.
Abu Dhabi.
3 different prisons.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
There's a lot of prisons around here.
Was he pronouncing them different ways in order to just, was there a sense of, is he trying to appeal to different demographics that way? What's he doing?
I think it's a way of keeping the attention of the audience. You know, how's he going to pronounce it next time? I think
it had me riveted. I'm
in trouble.
Back
to the ship.
Yeah, you support. Leave those men alone. They don't need Senator John McCain yelling at them.
What ship? Iwo Jima. Congratulations. A wonderful ship.
Have you been on that ship?
USS Iwo Jima. Yes, it's a wonderful ship. It really is.
Really?
Yes.
How is it different than other ships? What's the? I'm sorry. How is it different than other ships?
Amphibious assault ship. And it carries a lot of helicopters and a lot of Marines. You get along real well with those Marines, don't you? Mm-hmm. And
maybe you guys would like to talk alone, and I'll just leave. What is this?
After television sets went off in Arkansas,
yeah, right.
Alabama,
people would rather
New Jersey,
this is probably a better show.
Late
Night with Senator John McCain and 2 sailors is probably a better show than Late Night with Conan O'Brien. You, for all your jibing and jests and poking fun, you support President Bush's campaign.
Yes, I do. I support his re-election. I do.
Is he supporting you in your race in Arizona?
I'm sure he is.
Interesting. Is he going to come by? Is he going to campaign for you?
I think he's going to campaign for both of us. It's a battleground state.
Very nice. Anyone running against you in Arizona? I would think that would be a foolhardy mission, but is anyone running against you?
I believe that there is an individual who has stated that he would like to do that, yes.
Very tactful of you not to... Who is this person? You're not going to say their name.
If I could remember it.
Very well done.
I apologize. I only read
Very
an
well
article.
done.
I only read an article in the paper. I promise the next time you'll have me on, I will give you his complete biography. I know he's a high school teacher, which is a very honorable profession.
Okay. I think you've saved yourself on this one.
I know he's a fine man.
Or woman.
I I know he's a man.
Let's talk about something. I think a lot of people in this country, and I'm one of them, believe that 9/11 and the aftermath of 9/11 is not really a partisan issue. That I feel that way. I think a lot of people do. But are you surprised that no one has lost their job in the days of 9/11? You know, that no one has been held accountable. No one's been told, all right, yes, this is a mistake that could have happened under any administration, but you, and you have to go.
I think that after we hear the results of the 9/11 Commission, then probably they'll be reporting out, I think in July, that people should be held responsible. And maybe nobody is responsible. But I think they've done a pretty good job, this 9/11 Commission, and I look forward to their conclusions and recommendations.
If you were in charge right now, would George Tenet still have his job? Do you think he should go? CIA director?
I don't know him that well. I think that he enjoys the confidence of the President of the United States. Seriously, he enjoys the confidence of the President, and that's very important for a Director of Intelligence. So I think it's up to President Bush.
Okay.
Look, there were failures, and we all know them, and over time, someone has to be held responsible, besides just saying, I'm responsible.
Something actually, there has to be consequences.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure that we talk about your book. I love this book, Why Courage Matters, and I think I could recommend this book to anybody, even if they only read the first chapter, which you could probably do in a bookstore without even buying it. No, just kidding. Forget I said that. You just buy it and then read the chapter and return it. No, kidding. I'm kidding, because it really is a fantastic book, but the first chapter, and I don't think we have time to go into it. I don't even want to give anything too much away in the book, but you're talking about heroism in this book, and the first chapter is about a...
Roy Benavides, Special Forces, Vietnam. His comrades are surrounded. He jumps on a helicopter. He gets shot, stabbed. He picks him up, gets in a helicopter. The next helicopter crashes. It's an incredible story of incredible heroism. Ronald Reagan, when he gave him the Congressional Medal of Honor, said, if they made a movie out of this, no one would believe it. I mean, these are just
Which is true. The exploits of this one man, you read about it. If you saw it in a Schwarzenegger film or a Stallone film, you would say that was way overdone, and yet, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of amazing stories in this book.
People shouldn't be scared.
Well, and that's a big point of your book, which you talk about in addressing 9/11. You believe we got to, in your words, I think you say, suck it up, go out there and live your life, enjoy your life.
And remember that fear isn't a failing. Fear it can be a cause of courage. When we overcome fear, we can be courageous. Yeah, we wrote it because 9/11, when people were afraid to fly on airplanes, afraid to go shopping, duct taping their homes. It gets a little warm in Arizona when you do that. And
right.
So it's all about that, and why you can have a braver life and a happier life. And you got to pass it on to your kids.
Okay. Why Courage Matters, The Way to a Braver Life, is in stores right now. You know what? It's always a thrill when you're on the program. Honor to have you here. Thank you. Senator John McCain, George Lopez coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stick around.